Today I've got some very exciting news. Princess has released their itineraries for South America for 2026 and 2027. We are also finding out today why Princess canceled those itineraries that they canceled on the Enchanted Princess about a week ago, and a whole lot more. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday. It is May 13th of 2025. I've got so much to tell you. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please click on that subscribe button? And if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much. First of all, I want to let you know that tomorrow I've got way more updates for you about the Grand Princess. I'm putting everything together, but with the information that I have been given, it really shifts my opinion and my view of how things are going on the Grand Princess right now. Lots to tell you, so don't miss that tomorrow. But before I start telling you all about the itineraries and things I think you really do need to know, I want to tell you, I want to reply to a comment that someone put under my video yesterday. I don't do that very often, but I worry that enough people saw the comment that they wonder really what's going on, and I want to set the record straight, plus give you some things to think about. So first of all, I'm just going to directly read what they said. They said, "Why aren't you on the phone with Princess for that couple getting off early, getting them a refund? They spent a lot of money and you just keep letting Princess off the hook. Just do get it. When a ship goes to dry dock, it should be 100% ready to go. If it isn't, then cancel that cruise." And so, like I said, I've got a lot of information for you on that tomorrow. But here's an important thing to keep in mind. I replied to that comment that the person left, and I said, they didn't book their cruise through me. They reached out to me because they watched my videos. I can't fix what's not mine to fix. So really important to know that me or any other travel agent, if you want me to help with a booking, you have to book it through me. If I call Princess and I even have your booking number, I have all of your information, they're not going to act like you have a cruise booked with Princess, because I'm not the one who booked it, and it's because of security reasons, and they want to keep integrity in the way things are booked. And I do appreciate that. I don't want anybody calling up and changing anything on a booking that I have for someone. So it makes perfect sense. So first of all, that wasn't mine to fix. Can't fix that. It's not even in range. The other thing to keep in mind is really, and I don't think this was such a big deal, it's always been really important, I feel like, to book with a travel agent. Booked with a travel agent before I was a travel agent, because of the help that you can get, not only with not having to sit on the phone with Princess if you need to take, or any other cruise line, taking care of what you need to do, help with what to do in the ports that you visit, how to organize your flights, what's a good, all of these questions that go with booking travel and thinking about what you're going to be doing. A travel agent helps with that. But even more, I think, valuable is when things aren't going right, someone to make sure that everything turns out okay. And so I'm just putting that out there, and I mainly did it so that people didn't think I'm not taking care of something that I should be taking care of. Like I said, I can't fix that. That next step, though, I want to talk to you. This is really exciting. You all might remember that at the end of the Antarctica cruise that Princess was doing on the Sapphire Princess, they do 2 every year that include Antarctica. The second one at the end, the captain made a comment that made everybody think, well, maybe Princess isn't going to be going to Antarctica anymore. And so today I am so thrilled to tell you that starting on sale today are Princess's cruises to South America and Antarctica. They are still doing 2 cruises that include Antarctica. And even, I think equally exciting, is that they are doing a brand new itinerary. And the name of that itinerary is the 15-day Cape Horn and Glaciers of Patagonia cruise. I was so excited when I saw the itinerary for this. I immediately called Gordon and said, we have to do a group on this. We have to go. And he's like, okay, what are the dates? And you know what? They're 15-day voyages. They sail December 7th and December 22nd of 2026. So I can't do that. I can't leave home and leave that much Christmas time. And so what I wanted to let you know, and it's already hard enough on me that we're doing the Christmas markets this year. I won't be doing those in this time in December again, at least until some little people grow up an awful lot. But So the really important thing to know, let me tell you this, and I'm going to tell you these itineraries. First of all, they are on sale today for past guests with Princess, and if you have never sailed on Princess, they are on sale on in 7 days on May 20th. You want to book early because right now Princess is giving onboard credit of up to $1,200 of onboard credit and $400 of shore excursion credit. And so you can use your onboard credit for shore excursions, but they're giving an additional $400 that they call shore excursion credit. It goes on your account. Use it how you would like to use it. But that is a really big deal because when you go a lot of places, you want to go on excursions and they're expensive. And truly, the excursions that we are paying for to do in Antarctica this year, as well as in other ports like the Falklands, so expensive. Everything is just getting really even more expensive, and so that onboard credit comes in really handy. So let me tell you a few things that really stand out in case you're interested in doing these things. So first of all, that magical sailing that is going to do those 15 days Cape Horn and Patagonia and have those glaciers in it, it goes from Buenos Aires to Santiago. That's a really big deal. And then, of course, when it leaves on the 22nd, it goes the other direction from Santiago around to Buenos Aires. But the places that you get to stop when you're on that itinerary here is, so I'll tell you the one that leaves from Buenos Aires. So you go from Buenos Aires, you get to stop in Montevideo and Port Madryn, and then you go to the Falkland Islands. You get to go do that scenic cruising around Cape Horn, which is really, really cool. It's so beautiful there. You get to stop in Ushuaia. And by the way, you get a late night in Ushuaia. A lot of people might think, why do we even need a late night in Ushuaia? It's because Ushuaia is not only the jumping off point for a lot of people going to Antarctica, it is also where you enter, well, you can get there other ways, but it is really a great entrance there into Tierra del Fuego National Park and that whole Patagonia region. So when you're there, you're always trying to look at how can you best spend your time to see the most that you can see, because that is absolutely spectacular. That scenery is so beautiful. So if you're there longer, you can actually do a longer excursion to go further into the Tierra del Fuego National Park, go see all of these things. So when we go in January, we have an excursion book. So I'll video that, take you along so that you can see what that looks like. But it's a big deal to have a late night there in Ushuaia. Then you get to go to Puerto Montt and then up to San Antonio, which is the port for Santiago there. And like I said, when they leave on the 22nd, it'll just be going the other direction. But you do get to go through to the Chilean fjords and that iceberg alley. It's going to be spectacular. So if you are at a point in your life and you can do this, I think you should. I highly recommend that. And if you need help with booking it, let me know. When we went through Antarctica in 2020, we got to go in and see the fjords a lot, as well as a lot of glaciers, because the weather was so poor. The oceans were really rough as we came up that west coast of Chile there. And so we got to go in and out a lot. And it just makes me want to go and see everything we didn't get to see. So I'm really hoping that at some point Princess will move one of those itineraries into January. I'm worried that November might be a little bit early for what they want to do in that region of the world, because remember, that's their summertime down there. But I hope they do it in January. If they don't do that, like in 2028, yeah, this is 26. If they don't do that in the 27-28 season, I'm going to see what Holland America does. So if anybody wants to come, stick with me. It's going to be just fantastic. So really a lot of special itineraries, and I love that they're still going to go to Antarctica. What a great time way to see Antarctica. I know that there's some people that want to do the expedition cruises so that you actually get in the Zodiac and you go over and you walk in Antarctica. And but there's a lot of people that either can't do that physically because it is strenuous. You have to be able to do that. But the other thing that goes with it is some people don't want to, but you still get to see all of how beautiful Antarctica is. You still get to see the penguins in action and the icebergs. It's very special. Now, why did they cancel those cruises on the Enchanted Princess and rearrange all of this? Well, clearly the total eclipse cruises are a really big deal. So there's that eclipse that's going to be going on in August of 2026. We have our group sailing. It's going to be going on August 8th of 2026 for 14 days, round trip Southampton, and we'll be positioned just like northwest of Spain there for that eclipse, but Princess had added an eclipse cruise on the Sun Princess. They are now officially today adding one on the Enchanted Princess. So if you have not been able to get booked on one of those cruises and you want to do this, it's actually a really good itinerary. I'm actually more pleased with the one on the Sky Princess, so I'm really glad we booked that when we did. Not too long ago, I just was pulling up and looking at booking that 14 days on the Sun Princess that they've got. You can book it as a 7-day or as a 14-day, and it is just as expensive. So it's not like you're getting a bargain. And so the ones that the Enchanted Princess is going to do is going to be round trip from Rome, and they are going to visit. It's going to be August 4th through the 18th. The actual eclipse is on August 12th, and so they are going to leave Rome. They're going to go to Naples, Kotor, Montenegro, which it seems like Kotor has taken off so much, to visit Bar instead. So if you're going to visit Bar, Montenegro, and you think all is lost with going into Kotor, you don't get that magnificent sail-in on this ship, but you can still go to Kotor. And we have done several excursions in that region. We've been to Budva, we've been to a couple of other small towns that I can't remember right off, and then we have done the one where you go to see Our Lady of the Rocks Church and everything, going to Perost. There's a lot to see there, and so if I were going there for a day, I would probably book the one that takes you over to see Our Lady of the Rocks Church. It does take your whole day. I've looked at these itineraries and the excursions that go with them, and it is an all-day excursion, but it's very much worth it. That whole region is absolutely beautiful, and the history of those people is remarkable. And so it's great to go on an excursion and learn all of that. And every time we have done that, we've had really good tour guides on the Princess excursions that you could ask lots of questions about their history, both a long time ago and more recent, and they always knew the answer. So it was really a treat to get to go with them. So Kotor, Dubrovnik, Croatia, so much to do in Dubrovnik, Corfu, I love Corfu, Greece, one of my very favorite ports in Greece. And then you get to go to Messina and Palermo in Sicily, you get to go to Gibraltar. Alicante, Spain is the other port. So when you look at Spain, it's like you curve a little bit up and go up the east side a little bit. That's where Alicante, Spain is, and Barcelona. So you really get to see a lot on that cruise. And so just throwing it out there, if you were wanting to go on an eclipse cruise and the ones that you wanted to do haven't seemed quite right, this is a really good option as well. So just thought I would bring you up to date. I get so excited with these itineraries. I don't know why that is. I think it's just part of me. So it's such a joy to be here to talk with you about it. Let me know what your questions are. Let me know if you're interested in any of these cruises. The other thing, I have to tell you this before I go. So what do you think of Antarctica in 2027 again? When I saw these itineraries released, I suddenly was so excited because you know what? Being on a cruise to Antarctica is unlike going on a cruise anywhere else in the world. And the reason is because you are going to visit such a very special region, and you really don't know what's going to happen on the way, because you're not exactly sure if the Drake Passage is going to be the Drake Lake or the Drake Shake. You don't know what weather you're going to get. You don't know which icebergs you're going to get. But every time it is spectacular. We've only done it one other time, and it was magnificent. We're doing it again with a group this year, January 25th on the Sapphire. And the really cool thing is it's going to be equally magnificent, but it's going to be different than last time. There are some people that book every sailing that Princess does to Antarctica just because they love the thrill of going, seeing what you get to see. The captains that take the ships down there do a really good job of taking you wherever it is they can take you. They look at what the weather is. They pay attention to how far south they can go, because their insurance, as our captain told us, is really what determines how far south you can go. They can't go further south than a certain parallel. I'd have to look that up and refresh my memory. But so they look at everywhere they can go. They look at the weather, and they take you to the very best of the best. They turn it into a terrific voyage. So when you look at the map of what you're going to see in Antarctica, you really don't know what order you're going to see everything, because it does depend on the weather. But anyway, I think I'm going to book it for Gordon and I for January of 2027. And I don't know if anybody else is going to want to come. You'll have to let me know what you think. But I am not excited about it. And I know that if, it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But just putting that out there, how excited I am. And if you have never done that, it's an amazing adventure. And it is really cold. It's really cold. But I don't think that matters. So anyway, thanks for joining me here today. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.